Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is our pre-match reaction to the starting 11. The nerves are definitely kicking in for me. I've been doing content like literally the entire day for this game. So I really hope that we have something happy to celebrate in a couple of minutes. So apparently the starting lineup is out. I have not looked at it because I wanted to have a live reaction for you guys. But before we get to it, before I forget, Jay, thanks so much for joining. How's it going?
Yeah, it's so strange seeing you after seeing you about half an hour ago. So yeah, I'm good. Obviously for everyone here, big up Ellie. Yeah, she was amazing when we were on TV just now.
Aww.
Truly inspiring and the best. So yeah, it was good. I really genuinely learned a lot watching you, and you stopped me being nervous because it was only my second time on telly. So yeah, it was good, and I'm feeling good for the game. I'm not too nervous, you know. I'm all right.
That means a lot, Jay. Thank you so much. I'm really nervous. So opposite feelings here, but guys, I see we're getting a lot of messages about the game. So is it on the Chelsea website or
you'll find Adam Newson's page. Have a look at Adam Newson.
Okay. I'm looking now. I don't have any spoilers or anything. Okay, so he goes confirmed Chelsea side. For anybody that doesn't know, it seems like everybody knows already. Mendy, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Jorginho, Conte, Mount, Tuchel, Havertz, Werner. Interesting. I don't think it's like the worst starting lineup ever. I think that it can do a job. There must be a reason why he's starting Havertz and Werner together. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I just suggest a comment from Ozzy. Ozzy, I've known Ellie for like quite a long time now. Me and her have been friends long before I've been doing stuff with Fajir. So yeah, obviously I'm here. You know how it is. Like, it's just what we do. Yeah, obviously the rage is Pulisic not starting, right? And Reece not starting.
I was expecting Reece not to start, to be honest.
Me too. So I'm okay. And to be honest, this has been beautiful as playing the Champions League Semi Final. So I'm all right of it. Werner is an issue for another team to defend, and his pace alone makes him a problem. And I was worried about Pulisic starting because Ramos is just going to take lumps out of him all game otherwise. So imagine like a backline at Real Madrid that's been given the runaround by Werner for 60 minutes, and Kai and Mason, you know, these are fit guys. Kai is a great mover. Timo's very direct. Mason is really hard to play against at the moment. And then, you know, 60 minutes in, you bring on Pulisic. No thanks. Like I would not want to defend against him because he's very clinical, very fast, and amazing at dribbling. Like, he is an asset tonight coming on off the bench. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, I had to reconnect to the Wi-Fi, so I missed a little bit. Hopefully nobody else missed it.
Wow.
His Wi-Fi problems, guys. Sorry. So basically you said if you have to be running around against Timo Werner or Kai Havertz, and then imagine you bring on a Christian Pulisic, it could cause them a lot of problems, I think, from what I heard in between like the robotic sounds.
Yeah, that's my point. Essentially, is that Pulisic can come off the bench and be a real asset and an issue. And excuse me, I kind of feel as though our bench is superior.
Yeah.
And I believe that you watch what happens now. I believe they'll bring Asensio off the bench if he's not starting, and he's a good player. But I think if you bring Pulisic off the bench, he's a better player.
Yeah.
And all this Aspi talk, I don't think people. Like, Aspi's not going to be pushing forward too much. I reckon, as I said during the game last week, Chilwell needed to be a bit more confident going forward because there was space. But obviously, as a young guy playing Real Madrid away, you can understand why he's hesitant. Big game and all that. There is space there. If Real Madrid haven't noticed it, which I'd be amazed that they haven't fixed that up, like, Chilwell will be pushing forward because there was 15, 20 yards of space.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting the ball. So if he pushed into them, is confident and trust the players behind him, like I said on the Premier League show, I think we'll be okay. But it's gonna. It's a nervy game, but I'm quite looking forward to it. It's an experience to enjoy. Do you know what I mean? I want to try and enjoy the experience because I've been there before. Like, I've been a Chelsea fan since 1997 when I was born. Like, I've seen us win it. I've been biting my nails. Like, now I'm enjoying it because we've already won one. Like,
I haven't
I'm
seen
good.
us win one, so I really want to see that, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, an interesting point that you made was the spacing behind on the right side, and actually they don't have like a first choice right back available for this game. I was reading about it in the newspapers today, and basically like their first and second choice I think is out, so they're kind of like filling in a gap there. So hopefully Chelsea can exploit that. You know, do you think, how do you feel about Timo Werner starting? I know there's a bit of controversy around him. I personally, I just hope that he doesn't miss another sitter. I really don't. But I think that I think that he could potentially be like a really big threat to that Real Madrid side, especially knowing that they need to score a goal and they are going to have to come at us eventually, and he can then exploit that space behind them. Maybe he's not the most confident, but he has been getting a couple of assists recently, and we have Kai and Mason who are in pretty good goal scoring form. What do you think?
I say this a lot, right? Football is about collecting moments, and Timo has the chance to rewrite his whole season in a game like today.
Yeah.
If he scores, his season changes. Everything changes. If he scores or assists a crucial goal, everything changes for him, and this is a big moment, and hopefully he can pull it out. He's an issue always for teams to play against. He's just so close, isn't he? So close to being brilliant. He's so close, but he's just not got there this season, and I think it's there, but tonight is the chance for him to do really well. I'm mostly concerned about Kai.
Really?
Ramos is going to feast on him. Ramos is going to absolutely feast on him beyond belief. Like, Kai is great, but he is not yet filled out fully, whereas Ramos is a mutant. Like, Ramos is serious. He's going to batter him.
So do you think that could potentially be a mistake from Tuchel starting Havertz ahead of Pulisic?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Havertz on great form, and again can come off the bench and influence the game, which I wouldn't be surprised at seeing. Not come off the bench, sorry. Like that, he'll influence the game. Obviously, it's just a really interesting test to see how good these young players are against players that are some of the best of all time. Like, Ramos is a top 5 all-time centre back. Like, it's not even a joke. Kroos, Modric, their strong claims for being all-time great footballers where they are. Like, this is the chance. Like, this is what these teams represent is crazy. Real Madrid are transitioning, but they're old guard. Whereas Chelsea are new. Like, everything's new, and this is the chance for the statement that you can come out from this game. The statement victory will be, this is a handover. This is a passing of the torch now to younger teams doing something different. And, or we see the guys that have been doing it for 15 years continue to do it like they have been. And that's why they're where they are. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, I hope that, they get tired to legs. That's something when I interviewed one of the fans on the street today. If you guys don't know, watch that video. It's pretty funny. I literally just went up to them and I was like, hey, this is super weird. But
is it on your YouTube?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. I uploaded it right before we went on Premier League today. But he was saying that he's actually scared of Chelsea because Chelsea run a lot, and we run a lot in the game and have a lot of energy, and that the Real Madrid players, like, they get tired to legs and they're a little bit older, so maybe they can't necessarily keep up with that Chelsea young side. So the Real Madrid team is out. I do want to read it to you guys really quickly. So Courtois starts, Militao, Ramos, Nacho, Hazard, Cruz, Benzema, Modric, Casemiro, Vinicius Jr., and Mendy starts. So it looks like they're going to be playing Mendy. 4 at the back.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a real.
He's a serious baller. Baller. Mendy is so good.
Yeah.
You watch the amount of tweets on Chelsea football Twitter tonight that are people like, oh, Mendy's amazing. Like, he is so sick. Like, he's so good. And they got Ramos back as well. I mean, this is an improved team. We need to take our chances. Otherwise, we're not getting through. And to be honest, like, I really struggle seeing us win it anyway. not just this fixture, but the Champions League in general. Like City just beat PSG 4-1 on aggregate. That is nuts. Obviously no Mbappe, but still, like, I think this is for City. This is Champions League. So whatever we're doing, we just got to focus on our game. You know, focus on Madrid, then focus on whatever next, because we've got a big season coming up for the rest of the season. But Real Madrid had one shot on target last week and scored.
Yeah, I read.
We had 7, 8, and scored 1.
Yeah, I read in the newspaper that was like their worst offensive display in like 18 years or something crazy like that. So it's like props to Chelsea for keeping them to that. But also I felt a little bit disappointed because I was hoping that we would have taken advantage of our chances. We could have easily been 2-3 goals up against them. And I think that for me, it was scary seeing that they can just create out of nothing, and that Chelsea need a couple of chances for one of them to go in, but they just had a moment of brilliance from Karim Benzema, and it went in. So I want to get to some comments, you guys. If you have any questions you want us to get to, any comments, feel free to ask, to put it in. Deepak says, Kai will not play near Ramos. I mean, he'll drop back a little and make space for Timo. Ramos will have problems marking Kai. What do you think?
I mean, there's only one player I've ever seen Ramos struggle against, and that's Messi. I honestly, I don't know. I just rate him so highly. Like, this is a guy that's won 2 Euros, a World Cup, 4 or 5 Champions Leagues. Like, he doesn't have too many issues defending. He's a hothead and can lose it, but he's going to bully Kai if Kai goes near him. Like, Kai will have to be very elegant and graceful to get past Ramos. I know Ramos is back from injury. I know he's old now. Like, Sergio Ramos, though, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores the winner. I really wouldn't. Genuinely. Like, he'll score from a corner, or he'll score a pen or free kick, something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's always Ramos. Yeah, even when Ronaldo was there, it's always Ramos. Like, he's the biggest game player in world football. And tonight's the biggest game of the season. That's why I worry. Like, I'm being real. Like, it doesn't matter how old Ramos is. Like, I see people in the comments, like, we're back in Thiago Silva, they're same age. Like, Ramos is so clear of Thiago Silva, and I'm not even being peak. Like, that's just a fact. Ramos is excellent. It's just hopefully he gets caught slipping, not fully fit. But he's in for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Ronaldinho made Ramos suffer. That's true. Yeah, good point. But I didn't really watch that too much. I've actually seen Messi obliterate him, but not like to be embarrassed by Ramos. To be embarrassed by Ronaldinho is not really a criticism. I mean, it just happened to everyone.
So, yeah, definitely something to look out for, and perhaps that could be a good moment to bring on Giroud at some point. Like, Giroud is more of a tough striker. Perhaps that could be a good option. Kauhi, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Kauhi said, if they score first, what's the game plan? All out offense. And this is something that I worry about, because if they score, then they're going to be defending that, and we need to score. Or the other thing that I worry about is them taking a while and scoring like the 78th minute, and then we just don't have time to score. What do you think?
I think we're going to see quite a bit of the ball. I know we marginally lost it on possession last week, but I think we'll see quite a lot of the ball, especially at home. I believe we're going to keep the ball. Just the problem is if the Real Madrid players turn up, we're done for, because on their day, those players are better than the players we have currently. Yeah, like we all know, if Hazard's on form, it's game over for every team in the world.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Ramos decides this is it, which he's done year in, year out. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't know. I expect us to have quite a bit of the ball. If they score, they're going to sit back, which will give us chances. We create an awful lot of chances, just we don't tend to take them. I'm a bit gutted Zuma's not playing purely for aerial presence alone, because a set piece could be vital, especially Real are a big side. Like, they've got some big units in their team.
Yeah.
And obviously Courtois catching crosses is one of the best in the world. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand it. It's going to be really interesting. It's genuinely going to be fascinating. Like, I trust Tuchel's lineup. I trust his tactics. I think he's far more tactically astute than Zidane. I don't think there's a question about that. But Zidane's actually, what he's done is he's played the right players at the right time consistently. And that has been enough to get him, La Decima, 3 Champions Leagues, everything else. Like, if the individuals decide to do what they've done for the last 10 years, then we're going to struggle. And let's hope that players like Jorginho, like Kante, like Mount, everyone steps up. So that's exactly what we need. We need Rudiger to be focused. I trust Mendy. I'm good. I trust Kante 100%. I think Mason's obviously going to be a big, big player. Yeah. It's just in those key moments, Real Madrid always deliver. We haven't shown that just yet. And that's my issue. But, I'm seeing I'm not too nervous because with this team under this management, I believe we'll get to a Champions League final again pretty soon. Like, if we have a pre-season, an extra 1 or 2 players, we are a serious team.
Just look at what Tuchel has done in such a short amount of time. And now he's taken us to a Champions League semi-final. Like, that's absolutely insane, and we should be proud of ourselves. Of course, I want to freaking win and beat Real Madrid and just win the whole thing, but we have to think about the achievements that he's made so far as well. And I think this is a very young side, and it is great experience and exposure for them because they're gonna remember this, and hopefully, if things for whatever reason don't go their way, then it fuels them in the next year to do even better. Evan says, I sense the nerves, Jay. I'm the same, but you're giving Real too much respect based on past achievements.
It's not respect in that sense, because I would like us to come out swinging. It's purely the sense that it is literally factual that they deliver in big moments. And that's what we got to come up against. That's all it is. I mean, that's all it is. They're a team that have consistently delivered in big moments, internationally and domestically, for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think
that's just the way it is. I'm just looking at it as it is. I don't care about them. I would be going all out on the pitch. Rotational fouling. I'd be keeping the ball, pressing high, going for it. 100%. I don't want any respect shown to those players on the pitch. Not at all, because that's when they get you. But as someone like Ellie or myself that has to speak about football and produce content, and we love doing it, we have to look at both things. And actually, Real are the greatest European team, and it's literally not close. They've almost doubled second most European trophies. You know what I mean? I think Milan have 7, Real have 13. That's just what it is. The team need to know that, because they need to deliver in the key moments. That's all it is. I don't want any respect shown at all. I want big players going in. I want Jorginho being amongst it. I want Kante busy, Chilwell busy. Aspi there's pressure on him. He has to perform. If Thiago Silva makes a mistake, and he's actually made a few mistakes this season, more so than other centre backs. Do you know what I mean? It's just all it is with Madrid over the last decade. Every time they do it, every single time they do it,
they find a way.
Every time. Every single time, even when they look down and out, like Atletico, when they play Atleti in the final, and then Bale scores the equaliser, Ramos scores ahead, and then they win 4-1 extra time. They're that team. They're maybe not quite there, but they're not far off. And looking at Real, I've been super critical of Vinicius over the last 10 years. I don't think he's very good. But you watch him score a winner now.
Watch this get clips up.
yeah, for sure. I know. But go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sidar says Madrid players are better on paper, but they're not in the form of their life. Ramos has been out for a while. Hazard has been out for the last 2 years. They're fit, but maybe not at the level. That's a good point. Ramos has only played 3 games in 2021. Hazard, as we know, has been in and out. So, maybe that could play into our hands a little bit, but I definitely wouldn't count on it, because I feel like it's a Champions League semi-final and everybody's just going to step up to the best of their ability. And like Jay's been saying all this time, we know that these players are capable of that. Jay, how do you feel about Hazard returning to the bridge? Because obviously I'm heartbroken about it.
Okay. Well, 2 things before I get to that. Firstly, Krishna's most recent comment. Go and check out the Chelsea Women's social. I own it. Ellie used to own it. Now she just helps out because she's busy killing the game and everything else. So go and check it out. We do a lot of Chelsea women's football stuff. Secondly, right, talking about age, yeah? You buy older players because you can use them in key moments. We buy Thiago Silva because you want him playing in this game. It's Ramos, doesn't matter how long he's played, you pick Ramos for the one-off game. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Do you know what I mean? You know that he will he'll deliver. So yeah. In terms of Hazard coming back, I mean, I don't really care. Like, I really don't care.
What?
Like, what would I care about?
It's so weird.
Like, I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see him starting. I hope he doesn't perform. But like, I just think it's beautiful to watch him. Like, I'm not fussed that he's in a different kit. Like, he will never ever be to Real what he is to Chelsea, and everyone knows it. Like, I'm not concerned.
Performing against Chelsea at all. If he scores, I will cry. I will cry.
Of course. But do you know what? Like, people are going to rip me to shreds. This is a player that deserves the Champions League. And he's got to go for it. He just has to go for it. So I'm excited to watch him play because there's nothing better in world football than watching Hazard play. Like, I'm hoping we can match it. I'm really seeing this as a battle. I think it'll be exciting, progressive. We're going to see so many different styles. Like, I'm fully out here as a spectator. Like, I love Chelsea to bits, but this is going to be a beautiful game. Like, there's a lot of narrative. There's a lot of narrative here. Like, Hazard's coming home. That's huge. Tuchel looking to take that step into the final again. Tuchel never lost to a Spanish team also. You know what I mean? Like, Ramos has been, people in the comments doing it, you know, he's stale, he's old, he can't do this. Like, you watch him lift another Champions League.
Yeah.
Like, it's serious. Courtois coming back to Chelsea, and you look at the hero's welcome plus the villain's welcome. You know, you watch Hazard come back like a god, and you watch Courtois have to come in through the back door because get flares thrown at him. It's really interesting.
I really wish that fans were allowed in the stadium just for that. Like, it would be such a spectacle, I feel, to see, you know.
Yeah, we've got fans back for the game against Leicester, though, in the league, which is massive.
I know.
I still think the league's more important than tonight. If we win, I might change my mind.
Save me a ticket. Get me a ticket somehow. Guys, if you know how to get a ticket, I will fly to London. I don't care. I want to go to the game. So
yeah, we'll never get one. We'll never get one. It's a shame. It'll just be like, it'll be season ticket holders, and then it'll be long-term season ticket holders. They'll get the first prize because obviously they deserve it, innit? Like, but yeah, just speak to Olivia, see if she can get you a ticket.
Chelsea, if you're watching this, like, everything I do for you, please give me a ticket to the game. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've talked a lot about this game. It's going to be, I really feel like, a chess match. It's going to be difficult. It will be interesting to see who scores first. I think that could potentially be the key to the entire game. So hopefully it's Chelsea. Jerry, what's your final score prediction and who's scoring the goals?
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Well, firstly, it's interesting, the game, because you get to see systemic management versus facilitation management. At the Tuchel is a system guy, and Zidane facilitates amazing players and puts the right piece in the right place. So it's really interesting management styles because they're both successful. But goals, fuck, I said 2-1 on telly, didn't I, with you? Yeah, I want it to be 2-0 so bad, but I think they're going to score. I still think 2-1 us. And I reckon it's going to be Ben Chilwell and Kai Havertz scoring for them. And I think Toni Kroos will score for them.
Wow. I don't know. I said 1-0. I'm going to stick with that. I could easily see it being like a 1-1 because I do think that they are likely to score, and maybe it goes to extra overtime or pens or something like that. I'm going to say Havertz scores for Chelsea and Benzema scores again for Madrid if they do score, but hopefully we can keep them to a stalemate. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the Chelsea social because they put out a ton of content. I have to add it to the description. I made the description super fast. You're doing a live watch along for this game, I assume, right?
Yeah. We actually, we got loads and loads of Twitch viewers last time. Yeah. Like, it's really weird.
Awesome. So make sure to watch the live watch along. It's super funny, and I guess it'll be intense 2 hours. And yeah, guys, Also, thank you for 5K. Like, what's that? Yeah, I just saw that I hit it today. So that's super, super cool. That's like my little gift for today. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. It really means a lot. So guys, I hope that you enjoy this game. Hopefully you enjoyed all of the content that I've been putting out. I have a ton of videos in my YouTube on my YouTube channel now that I put out today. I think like 3 or 4 in the past day. So definitely go ahead and check them out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we have a really great match review and happy Elizabeth after this game. Until next time, I'm out.